Production.
What's going on, the Wonderfi gang? It's been a while, but we're going to get right into it here. I'm going to go over a bunch of the different price points that we should be aware of in the next few weeks and months leading into the Bitcoin halving. Okay, so that's a major catalyst that we're about to creep up into in the next 2-3 months. What are we paying attention to here, and why does it matter? The 25-cent zone, okay? This zone right here, I'm just going to mark it out right now. It's a major zone, okay? And another major zone is this 20-cent area. You can call it 20 to 19 cents, whatever. This area, okay? You can tighten it up a little bit more if you'd like, make it more exact. So if we want to scroll this up a bit, right here's okay. 27-cent area, and we can move this down. I like it right here. Okay. Why are these two zones important? Why is the 26-cent area and why is the 20-cent area important? Look back, right? 2022, October, up until, what's this here? January 2024. Call it the end of last year, December 2023. Okay. We spent essentially the entirety of all this time here under, right? All of this area is under 26 cents, pretty much. That's a major resistance zone, okay? And when we have this gap down early in January 2023, it brings us right down to this 20-cent area. Now, if you look from here on, most of the time spent from January 2023 to December 2023, it's under this 20-cent zone, okay? So what is the significance of that? Look at this resistance that has been created here, right? Resistance, barely held over it, resistance. Right here, major point, it's acting as support. Okay, so we're going to highlight that right here. This is major, right? This zone right here, when we spent a few days back in the middle of January, this is a major zone, okay? But if you also look into this zone, look how many times we've rejected this area. Quite a few times, major rejection. We just barely broke up over it, and now we're here again, right? So if you watched the last Wonderfi video I made, I was talking about how the likelihood that we coil up into this range until things get real tight before we get a major breakout move, the likelihood of this happening is very significant, like very likely in my opinion. Why I say this, right? We're currently battling an old resistance, and we're creating a new support above a zone that we struggled with the entirety of 2023. Right? This 20-cent area, we struggled the entirety of 2023. And now this area is being acted as support. This is huge. This is what we want to see. So what we're looking for here, right? You're starting to see that we're starting to reject this area again. Well, we haven't really gotten great amount of price action battling this zone. Right, so we're going to need a little bit more of that time. This is exactly what we could be looking at, I'm thinking, where we have this nice trend line being developed into this zone. You can mark it out like this. Maybe it looks something like that. This makes sense to me. Okay, we're struggling against this 26-cent range. That's okay. Let's hang around this area, right? Let's delete all this now. And what I'm looking at here is I want to see us hang out into this zone. This is the major zone here, right here. In between these 2 points is major. What we want to see is a clear higher low being developed in this range, and let's hang out there a bit. We can hang out into this zone under this resistance for the next few weeks and months. It gives us a great opportunity to break this area and go up towards the 50-cent zone, right around here, 42-cent, 50-cent zone, right around the Bitcoin halving. And this all makes sense. And that is going to be another zone that we're going to have to battle. So everything under here, in my opinion, great place to add. Anything under this zone, anything under 30 cents is a great place to add. Great place to add. It's simple as that. Continue to add and let this develop. Again, the greater picture that we're looking at here, we go to the weekly time frame, the greater picture we're looking at here is all in the November to November zones. Okay, so the beginning of November, right? Where's this? Where are we here? November, right? Look at all these zones that we have from November to November. Let's move that over. There we go. Whoopsie. Okay, look at this zone. It's clear downtrend, right? Clear downtrend from November to November. Here, it's clear equilibrium trading from November 2022 to November 2023. What we're slowly starting to see now, look at the massive volume coming in, right? What we could potentially see developing, and it might take a few weeks, it might take a few months, but there's a massive pattern that's going to be developed here to potentially give us a massive breakout to start an uptrend. And that's huge. That's huge for this name. The upside is massive. Previous all-time highs here, right? Around $3. We're at 24 cents. Like, the upside here is huge. You can't ignore this name, in my opinion, especially if you're a Canadian. 800% plus. Who knows how parabolic things can get? If things want to go beyond that point, right? If things want to go beyond the previous all-time high, we could be looking at maybe a $10 name, potentially, right? Again, this is all just speculation. But what's leading me to be more and more bullish is the signs that this stock has given us. So from November to January, we have this strong push. And now we could just develop a nice consolidation pattern leading us towards maybe a 3-day to weekly larger bull flag. And then we look towards something like this, where we get the breakout in a few weeks or months towards this 50-cent zone. That's what we're looking at. Things could get parabolic in this range, and it might get up to like 75 cents, right? Or 80 cents, maybe even $1, before it corrects all the way back down into this range right here, right? So this is the overall idea. That's what I think could potentially happen. And, you know, if you've been watching my videos, like, most of the shit that I've been talking about this name has been like coming to be true. So not to say like I'm a Houdini or anything like that, but when you stare at a stock for days and days and days over a time period of years, you start to get a good feel of like what could potentially come. You match that with the overall vibe of the space, right? The sentiment of crypto. It just starts to make sense. So that's the breakdown here. Peace, guys.